Good morning, friends and fellow traders. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options, and this is the morning market preparation video for April 17th, 2018. Yesterday, we had a nice little push by the bulls, and if we saw a little bit of selling right at the end of the day. If I jump over here to a 15-minute chart, this is all aftermarket stuff here. We had that little bit of a sell-off right at the end, and causing a little bit of pullback here in the market. But nothing major. And as you can see, if we look here, we were, we broke this downtrend line and managed to hold that up yesterday and also attack the 50-day moving average. Now, by the end of the day, we had pulled back from that 50-day moving average. But this morning, because of some good earnings, looks like we're going to have the energy to finally break through that 50-day moving average to the upside. Question is, can the bulls hold it? And as earnings continue to roll in today, the numbers seem good, and we're looking at a pretty substantial gap up of about 200 points. So this is a lot of recovery pretty quickly, and anything can happen when that occurs, but it's nice to see that those bulls are coming back around. Now, if we look at the technical issues here that we still have to deal with, you know, right in between this level right here and this price level right here, we have price resistance. We also have just above the 25,000 area, which is going to be a psychologically important area for the market to challenge on the Dow. Getting back above there will be a big deal if we can. Keep in mind, we have failed several times to hold on to that level. So it's unlikely that we're just going to zoom up there. But we do have the possibility that earnings are good enough this quarter that is certainly possible. So kind of keep that in mind. We still have multiple levels of resistance to deal with. But my oh my, it's nice to get rid of the daily whip in these markets. Take a look at the SPY doing the same thing. We got this area right in here that's the challenge. So this gap up this morning, really nice. This gap up this morning is going to put the SPY just above that 50-day moving average. So we still have to prove that we can hold it as support, but it's a nice improvement to see. The Qs also dealing with this price resistance here, and it looks like we're going to gap above that this morning, and we're going to gap right into that 50-day moving average area. Hopefully, here again, we can start to hold on to that area. Now, let's keep in mind that even though we're gapping above that 50-day moving average, our shorter-term averages have not had time to turn back around. So we may bounce around in here for a while. We could see a lot of back and forth. The bears probably will not give up easily unless those earnings are just substantially good. Overwhelming those bears. We could easily see some back and forth in here as we kind of wait for those other averages to turn up and give us a little bit of price support right in this area. IWM now has already accomplished that, holding on to that 50-day moving average and moving higher, and this morning it's gapping above fairly significant level of resistance, gapping above, so maybe it can hold on to that. And IWM is actually showing leadership strength right now in the market, which is kind of surprising because it lagged behind for so long. Now it's starting to show signs of improvement, which is really great to see. So good news in the indexes, and this is now becoming, since we're removing all of the whip and removing some of that, we're getting some follow through. This now becomes a good stock pickers market. We have a lot of technical damage to deal with, but if you've got a good quality watch list of good stocks, now's the time to probably start moving your way back into the market, because the swing trader's edge is starting to improve. Now, keep in mind, we still have a lot of geopolitical issues out there that could move this market around, and we have to keep that in mind as we plan our trades and plan our risk. But when we start seeing the VIX steadily pulling back, we're sitting right here on this support area. And this morning we could actually see that dip below that. So that nice steady reduction in that VIX, that fear in the market, could certainly help improve things and give the stock pickers that edge that we've been kind of patiently waiting for, so that it could return and get us back on the right side of things, where we can plan trades in good quality charts and have some expectation that the market is at least going to not whip completely the next direction tomorrow. Let's take a look at T21.22. T21.22, the 4-week new high, new low ratio. Now, one concern we do have is we have rallied considerably over the last several days, and so we're approaching that bearish reversal zone up here. Don't be surprised if we see the bears push back here. Eventually they're not going to give up easy, and once we cross over a 50-day moving average, it's very, very common that we will come back to test that as support. So can earnings continue to push us forward? Yes. Good quality earnings will trump just about anything and push us higher. But we have to be aware that some profit taking could come into play here soon, and plan for that. And have a contingency plan if we do get that pushback. Make sure you have well-planned trades, okay, because we still have a lot of volatility that we're trying to spill out of this market. On the earnings calendar today, we have couple of important reports, a bunch of Fed speakers today. We've got housing starts at 8:30 this morning, and we have industrial production at 9:15. Both of those are expected to come in pretty good, so I don't expect anything major to occur unless they just happen to completely miss. But those look pretty good. We have 4 Fed speakers today. Amazing. Fed seems to have a lot to say this week. We seem to have Fed speakers about every day this week, so kind of keep an eye on that. These are the big reports. After that, Fed speakers, and we have bond auction in it, and that'll kind of wind down the day. Let's take a look on the earnings calendar side. We have a bunch of earnings, big earnings that came out today and coming out today. Before the market, we hear from Goldman Sachs and J&J. Progressive Insurance is on the list. So quite a few big earnings reports this morning that could certainly move the market around. And then after the market, we have several big reports as well, coming from United Airlines, Intuitive Surgical, that reports after the bell today, IBM. So there's lots of potential market moving events happening right now. So hopefully those earnings continue to roll in good like they're showing this morning. Right now the Dow is showing a gap up of 200 points. A nice positive move right up into these resistance areas. Keep that in mind. And hey, it's nice to finally see some follow through here in the market. I'm not going to, normally I say be a little bit cautious of a big gap up, but I'm not even going to really get too involved in saying that today, because it's just so nice to see bulls following through on another day. So protect yourself, have a good plan. As always, make sure you're planning your trades carefully, and let's look for better days to come. Look for a little bit of volatility in here, look for a little bit of back and forth, possibly a consolidation underneath this 25,000 level. But other than that, we're starting to show signs of improvement, and stock pickers should be back in control. Everyone, take care. Have an awesome day. I wish you all fantastic profits. And if this is the first time you've seen this information, these videos, please do me a favor and click that subscribe button on YouTube and the follow me button on Facebook. Click those thumbs up buttons and drop a comment if you feel it is worthy of a comment. And also do me the favor of sharing this video with any friends and family that you might think could benefit from this information. Everyone, take care, and I will talk to you all very soon, bright and early Wednesday morning. Take care now.